And when I realized that I am in that negativity rabbit hole, I kind of snapped myself out of it. I asked myself, I am the creator of my reality. So is this the reality I want to create? Welcome to Maya and Illusion, where we connect with our spirituality. This is your host, Maya Nair, a philosophy junkie with a deep desire to serve the world. I've come to know that knowledge is bliss and ignorance a blister. So let's drop our suffering and seek our infinite potential, shall we? Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Maya and Illusion podcast. This is the episode number 5. Is this the reality you want to create? What a powerful question, right? Is this the reality you want to create? But before we ask ourselves that question, there are a couple of things that we need to agree upon, like some basic groundwork, foundation, before we build up and ask ourselves this question. And in order to ask ourselves, is this the reality you want to create? You need to believe that you create your own reality, isn't it? And I mentioned this in my previous episode, Learning to Ask and Receive from the Universe, episode number 4. And definitely this whole series of episodes is inspired by the book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. And I talk more about the book and the lessons of the book in episode number 4, so don't forget to check it out. So my question to you is, do you believe that you create your own reality? Do you take full responsibility for both the good and the bad that has happened in your life? You know, it is easy to say yes when things are going good, something good is happening. But when things hit the fan, we often try to blame it on other people. You might go, yes, I won the dance competition because of my good dancing skills. But no way I caused that accident. The other person was to be blamed. But for a moment, let's accept that maybe the other person was the wrongdoer and maybe he should be blamed. However, the main problem with the blame game is that it leaves you powerless. We often give our entire power to the other person to mold our reality. That doesn't make sense, right? You know, your thoughts are frequencies that you emit into the universe, and the universe constantly responds to your thoughts by bringing it to reality. When you focus enough on a particular thought, it is bound to come to fruition. However, if you put resistance in its way, in the form of fear, anxiety, doubt, worry, then the manifestation of your thoughts become harder and harder. Every moment of your life, you are actually creating your reality with your thoughts. It's as simple as good thoughts beget good experiences and bad thoughts beget bad experiences. Which means it is entirely up to you and the thoughts that you entertain in your head to build your life. Crazy, right? It's as simple as that. Now, I don't want you to freak out and go, oh my god, I am such a negative person. I think negatively all the time. And my life is a mess. Chill. I'm gonna give you a little trick to get yourself out of that negativity rabbit hole that you find yourself in right now. And this trick is what I call ATM. What is ATM? Well, ATM stands for Active Thought Monitoring. Cool, right? So, what you gotta do is actively monitor your thoughts. And when you actively monitor your thoughts, you need to ask yourself, is this the reality you want to create? And here's where you use that question. So, you know what happens? Every time I find myself in a negative situation or I find myself thinking negatively about a situation, I stop myself and I repeat to myself, I am the creator of my reality. So is this the reality I want to create? And from there, I consciously choose another thought or a scenario that I do want to bring into my reality. So I want to give you an example of how I use it in my life. It's sort of like a real-time example. So now I am in the 4th year of my college and I work in a lab, which is like my final semester project. So in the lab, I have a very strict research guide, and he expects me to get his permission before I do everything, and he's quite strict, to say the least. Okay, so I always find myself in this negativity rabbit hole kind of situation where I'm thinking, I want to do this, but my research guide won't let me do that. And I just, find myself thinking, oh my god, why did I choose this particular professor to work under, and all of that. I go to this super negative place. And when I realize that I am in that negativity rabbit hole, I kind of snap myself out of it. I ask myself, I am the creator of my reality. So is this the reality I want to create? And obviously I say, no, this is not the reality I want to create. So instead of the reality I'm creating at that point, I think to myself, okay, now I want something to get done, and I want to get done in this particular way. So I'm going to approach my research guide and I'm going to tell him, and he's going to be okay with it. Now, to your logical mind, it will be very, very difficult to accept that, this person is going to actually listen to you and do the things that you want him to do, or let you do the things that you want to do. Your logical mind is going to go crazy. But here's the thing. It's not the mind. It's the feelings behind your thoughts that is actually going to attract things into your life. So when I am visualizing this, I actually feel good. I feel the freedom of being able to do what I want to do. It's about that feeling, guys. When you hold on to the feeling of the things, of the experiences that you want to have, you're sending the strong vibration into the universe, which will help you attract what you truly want in your life. So go behind that good feeling, and you will be able to attract into your life what you really want to create. When you believe something with absolute certainty, without any form of resistance, it will happen. See, change is a conscious effort, and I don't want you to ever give up on yourself. Initially, things are going to seem very difficult. Especially if you're a person who hangs out in the negativity rabbit hole quite often, it might be super difficult for you in the beginning. But here's the thing, guys. Would you rather be thinking awesome thoughts and creating awesome reality than a negative one? And now knowing that you can create your own reality, it leaves you with no choice but to create your reality using your desires. Or rather, I put it this way. It leaves you with this amazing choice, which is to create the reality you desire. So this is what I want to leave you with. You have infinite potential, and you create your own reality. So choose your thoughts wisely, because every time you ask yourself, is this the reality you want to create? I want you to say a big yes. That's all for today, guys. I hope this message resonated with you. I hope this episode was helpful for you. And the most helpful thing that you can do right now is leave a review on iTunes. That would be so amazing. And I'm also doing a giveaway. All you have to do is go to iTunes, search for Maya and Illusion, and my podcast would come up. Subscribe to it, and you can write a nice review, take a screenshot of that and send it to me to my mail ID, which is mayaandillusion18@gmail.com. And in return, I'm going to give away, one lucky winner is going to get the book The Holy Gita by Swami Chinmayananda. And in spite of that, everyone who writes a review and sends me a screenshot of that would receive the audio file called How to Drop Your Lower Tendencies. I'm really excited for all of you guys, and I can't wait to give away this amazing book to one of you. So do check it out. If you got any suggestions or questions for me, you can leave a comment over at my vlog or my social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All the links would be in the show notes. And I can't wait to connect with all of you. If you found this episode helpful, and if you think this might help someone, please do share it with someone. It helps a lot. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for spending it with me. Thank you for coming on this self-development journey. I am proud of you. Have the best day of your life. We'll talk soon. Before I leave, I want to remind you that you are Sat, Chit, Ananda, existence, consciousness, and pure bliss. Everything else is Maya and illusion.